Jannik Sinner is back. After weeks of silence and suspension, the first images of the world number one training again have finally come to light. The Italian is already preparing for his much-anticipated return to the tour. And all signs point to Rome. In this video, we'll tell you what's known about his training sessions, how his comeback is shaping up, and why all eyes in the tennis world will be on him in the coming weeks. The wait is over. After serving a suspension that kept him off the tour for 3 months, Jannik Sinner has reappeared training, and he's done so in none other than Monte Carlo. The video, already circulating on social media, shows him hitting balls alongside Jack Draper on a court in the Principality, preparing himself physically and technically for his big return. Up until now, the only glimpses we had of his preparation were scattered images shared by Sinner himself on social media or captured by fans. Nothing official, nothing concrete. But now, with this new footage, it's confirmed, the Italian is back in action and fully focused on his return. The choice of training location is no surprise: Monte Carlo, where he resides most of the year and where many elite players find ideal conditions to prepare for the clay court swing. And his choice of training partner, Jack Draper, shows that Sinner is aiming for rhythm, intensity, and high-level play from day one. The date circled in red on his calendar is Rome. The Home Masters 1000 will be the perfect stage for his comeback, both for its personal significance and for what it could mean in terms of rankings. Let's not forget that despite the suspension, Sinner will return as the world number one, adding even more weight and anticipation to his comeback. During his absence, the tour has kept moving. Carlos Alcaraz is back to winning, Novak Djokovic has had ups and downs, and new names like Jakub Mensik have broken through into major finals. But everyone, players and fans alike, knew that Sinner's return was only a matter of time. And now that we see him back with a racket in hand, the inevitable question arises: will he return with enough rhythm to dominate in Rome? Or will he need a few tournaments to regain his feel? The truth is, his physical shape, concentration, and attitude in these training sessions indicate that he is fully committed to coming back strong. At 22 years old and after a season that started off brilliantly, Jannik Sinner wants to pick up right where he left off, winning and leading world tennis with his calm, efficient, and lethal baseline game. The first images of Jannik Sinner training have rekindled hope among his fans and stirred tension in the circuit. The world number one is back, and his goal is clear: to reign again, this time on clay, and prove that his dominance was no fluke. Tennis missed him. But now, the show is about to regain one of its most formidable stars. Jannik Sinner's return to the tour is getting closer, but the scandal surrounding his doping suspension continues to spark controversy. Just weeks before his comeback in Rome, new accusations are shaking the world number one, and this time, they're coming from a tennis legend, Serena Williams. In this video, we tell you what the American icon said, why Sinner's case still generates so much debate, and how the Italian is preparing to compete again under the shadow of controversy. Jannik Sinner is about to complete his suspension. The Italian, world number one, tested positive for clostebol last September. Although he claimed it was due to accidental contamination, the ISHA and WADA agreed on a 3-month ban. A short suspension, one that didn't make him miss any Grand Slams, and that sparked suspicion from the start. Now, just as the issue seemed to be fading, Serena Williams has reignited the controversy with explosive comments in Times magazine. "If I had done what Sinner did, they would have given me 20 years. I'd have ended up in jail," declared the 23-time Grand Slam champion. "You'd have heard about it even in another multiverse," she added, making it clear she sees a double standard in how the case was handled. The American admitted she likes Sinner's game and sees him as a positive presence in tennis, but couldn't help criticizing the handling of his doping case. "I've been disrespected a lot, and I don't want to disrespect anyone. But men's tennis needs him," she concluded, making it clear that, despite her respect for the Italian, sports justice was not applied equally. These statements come at a key moment. Sinner is already training in Monte Carlo and preparing to return at the Rome Masters 1000, on home soil, in front of his people, and wearing the symbolic badge of world number one. He'll do so after having served a suspension he accepted, although many still question the transparency of the process. The Italian has made changes to his coaching staff to distance himself from those responsible for the error, and he's been seen training with Matteo Berrettini, preparing for his return with intensity and focus. On social media, fans are divided. Some support him unconditionally, others believe his image has been permanently tainted. What's clear is that the pressure on Sinner will be immense. He returns as number one, aiming to defend his position against rivals like Alcaraz, Zverev, and Djokovic. But also returns with a spotlight that goes beyond sports. Any misstep will be watched closely. The ATP, Isha, and Wada have been criticized for not handling the case with the transparency many demanded, and although the file is officially closed, doubts remain. Serena Williams isn't the only critical voice, but she's certainly the loudest. And what she said reopens a debate about equality, sports justice, and favoritism at the elite level. Jannik Sinner is preparing to return to the court, but he won't be able to fully leave the shadow of controversy behind. Serena Williams' harsh words have stirred the atmosphere just before his return, making it clear that this doping case, far from forgotten, still divides the tennis world. Will Sinner be able to overcome the controversy with his game? Or will the media pressure be his toughest rival in this new chapter as world number one? Jannik Sinner's much-anticipated comeback is drawing near, and with it, voices across the tennis world are starting to shape what this new phase of his career might look like. One of the most notable is Riccardo Piatti, Sinner's former coach and a key figure in his development. In this video, we tell you how Piatti sees the return of the world number one, why he believes this break could propel him to win Grand Slams, and how this stage could mark a turning point in the dominance of Italian tennis. Jannik Sinner is preparing in silence but with determination. After weeks away from the spotlight due to the suspension that kept him off the courts, the world number one is now training in Monte Carlo and has begun sharing the court with players like Matteo Berrettini. The countdown to his return in Rome has begun. And anticipation is sky high. Riccardo Piatti, who coached the Italian in his early career, was one of the first expert voices to analyze this return. In an interview with Super Tennis TV, Piatti was blunt: "This whole situation has been very unpleasant for Sinner, but I'm sure he'll turn it into something positive." His view is not only optimistic, but also ambitious. The former coach believes Sinner has everything it takes to win what's still missing: the Grand Slams. He holds a very strong card to win Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the US Open, he confidently stated. And it's no mere wishful thinking. Piatti knows Jannik better than anyone and fully trusts his ability to bounce back. Piatti recalled how, during the pandemic, Sinner used the downtime to get stronger. It was one of the most important development periods for him. He trained physically 3 times a day and played every day, he explained. That's why he has no doubt that during this suspension, Jannik has not been idle. With his return set for the Rome Masters 1000, the Italian will look not just to regain his feel but to send a message that he is still the man to beat on tour. If he wins a big title soon, it will confirm he hasn't lost his edge or ambition, and that he's ready to face the rest of the season stronger than ever. But Piatti went even further and spoke about the growth of Italian tennis in general. 10 or 15 years ago, everyone was winning the Davis Cup except Italy. Now we're in the right position. According to him, Sinner has been the driving force behind this transformation, but he's not alone. A new generation of Italian talent is also ready to break into the top 10 and win titles. This context turns Sinner's return into more than just a personal story, it's a symbol of a broader movement, the rise of Italian tennis to the top of the international stage. What once seemed like a distant dream is now a tangible reality, with Sinner at the forefront of a golden generation that is redefining the sport in his country. His comeback doesn't just carry the weight of personal redemption, it embodies the hopes of an entire nation eager to see its flag raised at the biggest tennis stages in the world. For Riccardo Piatti, Jannik Sinner's forced break is not an obstacle, but an opportunity in disguise. He believes this unexpected pause has given the young star time to reflect, rebuild, and return stronger both mentally and physically. With greater maturity and an improved perspective, the Italian may now be better equipped to manage the pressure that comes with being the world number one. Piatti sees this return not simply as a comeback to the tee. Do you think Sinner can turn this break into an advantage? Do you see him winning a Grand Slam this year? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to follow every step of the world number one's comeback. See you in the next video.